I now hand over the proceedings to Shri M. Vishwanathan, Company Secretary, CIL. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Respected Chairman, other Board of Directors of Coal India Limited, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I welcome each one of you to the 48th Annual General Meeting of Coal India Limited. This is the 12th Annual General Meeting of Coal India Limited after its listing. This meeting is held through video conferencing or other audio-visual means due to the COVID pandemic. This is in compliance with the circulars issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs as well as by the SEBI. It will also give an opportunity to the members residing outside Calcutta to attend the meeting to give their valuable suggestions. Before we commence the proceedings, I would request all of you to please stand up for the corporate gift of Coal India Limited. Please.
हमारे मिले कदम, हमारा चौड़ा सीना, विशाल कंधे हमारे, हाथ फौलाद हमारे। हम हैं आग, हम हैं बिजली, हम हैं शक्ति की खान, हम हैं कोल इंडिया हम। अंधेरे से खोद लाते हम उजाले खुशियों के, चट्टाने फोड़ जुटाते हम ईंधन लाखों के। हम हैं कोल इंडिया हम। कदम मिले चले ताल मिलाकर, साथ पकड़ कर बाहें, हम लाए काला हीरा, हमसे उज्जवल देश की राहें। हम हैं आग, हम हैं बिजली, हम एकता की खान, हम हैं कोल इंडिया हम। कोल इंडिया हम। कदम मिले चले ताल मिलाकर, साथ पकड़ कर बाहें, हम लाए काला हीरा, हमसे उज्जवल देश की राहें। हम हैं आग, हम हैं बिजली, हम एकता की खान, हम हैं कोल इंडिया हम।
Please take your seats. Members may please note that this meeting is also being webcast live in the Coal India website. The register of directors and other documents are available electronically for the inspection of the members. Before we take up the agenda formally, let me have the pleasure of introducing the Board of Directors of the company who are attending the meeting through VC. Sri Pramod Agarwal, Chairman, Coal India Limited from Coal India, Calcutta. Sri Vinod Kumar Tiwari, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Coal from Ministry of Coal, New Delhi. Sri Vinay Ranjan, Director Personnel, Coal India from CAL, Calcutta. Dr. B. Veera Reddy, Director Technical, Coal India Limited from CAL, New Delhi. Sri Debasis Nanda, Director Business Development, Coal India Limited from CAL, Calcutta. Professor Nageswara Rao, Independent Director and Chairman of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee from Coal India Limited, Calcutta. Dr. Arun Kumar Oran, Independent Director and Chairman of the Risk Management Committee from Coal India, Calcutta. CA Kamesh Kant Acharya, Independent Director and Chairman Audit Committee from CAL, Calcutta. CA Dinesh Singh, Independent Director and Chairman, Stakeholders Relationship Committee from CAL Calcutta. Sri Makwana Poonambai Kalabai, Independent Director from CAL Calcutta. Sri Rajesh Chandar, Independent Director and Chairman of the Corporate Social Responsibility Committee from Nilgiris, Tamil Nadu. I also have the pleasure to intimate that Sri K.K. Ghosh of Messrs. Ray & Ray, Statutory Auditor of the company, Sri P.N. Parikh and Messrs. Jigasha N. Ved of Parikh and Associates, Secretary Auditor of the company, and C.S. Aditi Junjunwala of the Messrs. Aditi Junjunwala and Associate Scrutinizer are also attending the meeting through VC. Now I would request Chairman CAL to commence the proceedings.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have immense pleasure in welcoming you to 48th Annual General Meeting of the company. Company Secretary informs me that the quorum is present. The notice of Annual General Meeting and Annual Report of the company have been with you for some time, and with your permission, I consider them having been read. Office of CAG had given comments on the audited accounts of the company 21-22. The management explanation and auditor's observations on the same are given in the annual report. Likewise, Secretarial Auditor of the company for the year 21-22 had also given comments about the non-appointment of independent directors till 31st October 21, as well as non-appointment of women independent director during 21-22. The management explanation to the same also had been given in the annual report. Now I will go through the annual chairman's statement. Dear shareholders, I am delighted to welcome you all to 48th Annual General Meeting of your company. Coal India Limited, the Director's Report and Financial Statement for the year ended 31st March 2022, together with the report of statutory auditors and report and review of Comptroller and Auditor General of India are already with you. I am sure you are fully aware of the physical and financial performance of your company. In India, coal is the engine of growth for the energy sector, holding a share of around 55% of the company's primary commercial energy. Coal is still the bedrock of India's energy needs. It was expected that the renewable energy source will contribute to the country's fast expanding energy basket. From environmental perspective, this is a welcome move in view of the climate commitments made by India in COP26 at Glasgow. But till renewable energy starts contributing to the extent that it could take over the coal's role, coal cannot be dethroned from its energy pedestal. To give a perspective, out of country's electric generation of 1490 billion units in FY22, coal-based generation accounted for 69.9% or 1041 billion units. This represents a growth of 9.5% over the preceding years. In comparison, the generation from renewable energy source was 11.4% or 169.396 billion unit of the total power generation of FY22. At a time when international coal prices are much higher, Coal India continues to supply its coal to the Indian consumers at highly competitive price with no price increase over the last 4 years. Coming back strongly from COVID-19, shrunk by 22% to 8.1 million ton compared to FY21, and the coal import slide by imported coal-based power plant was 46.14% to 18.8 million ton. Domestic coal producers stepped in to meet a large extent of the resultant gap with the bulk of supplies from CIL. Despite the increase in various input costs, especially diesel and explosives, your company still sustained its profitability, registering 31.13% growth in PBT and 36.81% growth in PAT compared to FY21. With coal commanding such prominence in Indian energy sector, Coal India Limited leads the country's coal production, contributing to around 80% of nation's entire coal output. Your company is committed to increase its production and supplies to the mandated levels to ensure the country gets power at just price. CIL is both the largest contributor to the government exchequer, both central and state, and also plays a crucial role in country's social fabric, touching the lives of countrymen in more ways than one under its corporate social responsibility umbrella. Your company's physical performance during 2021 has scaled to a remarkable all-time high, creating multiple records in production, offtake, dispatches to power sector, and overburden removal. Turning out a strong financial performance as well, gross sales, net sales and capital expenditure have been highest ever in 2021. Profit after tax has been the second highest during the year since the inception of the company. Your company produced 622.63 million tons of coal during the year, which is the highest ever since CIL came into being. Production for the year represents an increase of 26.41 million tons, which is 4.4% growth over last year's 596.22 million ton. CIL recorded an all-time high of 1362 million cubic meters of OB removal. The 1.29% growth over FY21, though appears nominal, is significant because it was recorded over a strong base of 1344 million cubic meter in 2021, because CIL's OBR during FY21 grew by 16.49% over FY20. Total coal offtake of 661.89 million tons witnessed a whopping 87.41 million ton increase during the year. Materialization against the target was 89%. This represents a record growth of 21.48% over the previous fiscal year. Your company supplied 95.6 million ton more coal to power sector during the year compared to FY21. CIL began the fiscal with 99.13 million tons of stock at the pit heads and managed to liquidate 38.28 million tons of coal stock during 21-22, the highest stock reduction in a year. Your company's rail loading was highest ever at an average of 27.2 rakes per day compared to 241.4 rakes per day of 2021, registering a growth of 12.3%. CIL's commitment for supply of better quality coal reflected a positive jump as a grade conformity improved to 66% during FY22 from 63% over preceding year, as per the third-party sample analysis. Laying impetus for increased production, CIL and its subsidiary company boards have approved 16 mining projects in FY21-22, having a sanctioned capacity of 99.84 million tons per year. Your company has devised a transformational plan for operationalizing 14 mines through engagement of mine developer cum operators, having proposed capacity of 165.58 million tons per annum. Your company has achieved profit before tax of rupees 23,616 crores during the year, registering a robust 31.13% growth compared to 18,009 crore PBT of FY21. Profit after tax, the second highest so far, at 17,378 crores, posted a strong growth of 36.81% over PAT of 12,702 crores earned during FY21. Your company's capital expenditure of 15,400 crore in 21-22 was the highest ever, registering a growth of 15.94% compared to the capex of 13,283 crores of FY21. What makes the growth all the more significant is that it comes on the back of a strong base, because CIL's capex during FY21 more than doubled over the preceding fiscal's rupees 6,270 crore. For quicker and quality loading of coal having environmental friendly benefits, your company and a first mile connectivity project has identified 44 projects to be implemented in two phases. In the first phase, out of planned 35 FMC project of 414 million ton per annum capacity, 3 projects of 52 million ton per annum capacity have been commissioned during FY22. 3 projects were commissioned earlier, making it a total of 6 FMC projects of 82 million ton per annum capacity in operation. In pursuance of government's endeavor of Digital India, both the phase of enterprise resource planning commenced go live during the year across all subsidiaries of your company. Phase 2 went go live 14.5 months in advance of the scheduled commencement. To balance the carbon dioxide emissions, CIL has taken up large-scale plantation in its mining areas and has planted more than 30 lakh saplings during FY22, expanding its green cover significantly to 1,468 hectares. The achievement against the target of 1,310 hectares is 112%. For the first time, Coal India plantation surged ahead of the 3-figure mark. Continuing in its COVID care efforts, during the year, your company has strengthened the dedicated COVID bed availability to 3,619 across the subsidiaries. Of these, 2,493 were oxygen-supported beds, which included ICU beds as well. On behalf of your company's board of directors, I wish to convey my deep gratitude to you, our valued shareholders, for your continued support and trust. This motivates us to excel in all our pursuits and constantly create value for you as well as for the nation. I appreciate the unstinted support and valuable guidance received from the Ministry of Coal, Government of India. I also express my sincere thanks to other central government ministries and departments, state governments, all employees, trade unions, auditors, consumers, suppliers, and all other stakeholders for their continuous support. Since there was an overwhelming response to speak at AGM, I am restricting my speech as it had already been circulated. May I request members to raise queries, if any. On the annual report and accounts of CIL 21-22, members are requested to confine their queries to the annual accounts, directors' reports, agenda of the annual general meeting, and performance of the company. Personal issues, grievances, matters relating to policy, if any, may be taken up at other appropriate forums to save time for meaningful interaction on business in hand. Only those members who have registered themselves as speakers with the company will be allowed to speak one by one. Those members who have not registered as speaker can post their queries on the communication box available on the screen. I now invite shareholders to ask questions.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Speaker shareholders who have registered themselves will be allowed to speak one by one to ask questions or express views. I now invite Mr. Subhash Kar to unmute his audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes? Mr. Subhash, please go
Are you
ahead.
audible?
Yes, you are.
Respected Chairman, Board of Director, and my online fellow shareholder, myself Subhash Kar, joining from Kolkata. My special thanks to respected Company Secretary, Mr. M. Vishwanathan ji, his kind behavior and always maintain a cordial relation with the shareholders and give me an opportunity to speak at this platform. Sir, our company's annual report is very colorful, transparent, and informative. Excellent result and strong financial presentation. Our company is a debt-free. Company has been a company has a good return on equity. CSR activities are remarkable. Sir, Coal India has 7 producing subsidiaries in India. Sir, do you have any plan to list any of subsidiary by way of value unlocking? Do you have chalked out plan for undertaking or completing your capital expenditure program? I have already casted my vote in favor of the all resolution. I hope our company will do better in coming year under the leadership of our respected chairman. I have full confidence with the board of directors. Thank you and wishing you all the best.
Thank you. Our next shareholder, Manas Banerjee, is connected through the audio. I request Manas Banerjee to unmute his audio and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes.
Madam, I am audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Very good morning, sir. Respected Chairman, present Board of Directors, and my fellow online shareholders. Myself, Manas Banerjee, proud to be an equity shareholder of a debt-free, cash-rich, high dividend-paying India Limited. It was a pleasure to interact with Mr. M. Vishwanathan, our company secretary, was very energetic and cordial in his behavior while personally attending the shareholders. I already cast my e-voting all in favor of the resolutions. Sir, our company has shown a good profit growth and maintaining healthy ROE of 45.88% and ROCE of 57.85%. Our company has a good cash flow management. Total dividend payout to be 17 for the financial year 2021-2022. Sir, Coal India reports around threefold jump in June quarter consolidated net profit, which is remarkable, sir. Sir, now come to my queries, sir. Our company has a low EBITDA margin. For this, what measures are you taken? Give your valuable comments. Coal India has in process to set up coal to chemical plant utilizing low ash coal. I would like to know when it will operational. At page number 206, where market price data are given, both BSE and NSE, if you include volume, it will reflect the high liquidity of our company stock at the bourses. My congratulations to the board members for Coal India subsidiaries win Coal Minister Award for 2021-2022. As we move towards new horizons, I draw strength from Team Coal India Limited and from their dedication to take our company to even greater glory in the coming years. That's all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I now invite Mr. Jaideep Bakshi to unmute his audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes.
Very good morning, Chairman, Board of Directors and Secretaries present and others present in today's virtual conference. Myself, Jaideep Bakshi, connecting from the city of Kolkata. Thanks to our Company Secretary, Mr. Vishwanathan, for giving me an opportunity to express my view and maintaining a very cordial and investor-friendly relation with the shareholders and with his ever-smiling face. Sir, we will dearly miss him in the coming years. Also to the other team members of the Secretarial Department and Messrs. Alankit for conducting this video conference in a smooth manner and presenting a detailed annual report. Sir, in your initial speech, you have well explained our CIL position. Sir, we are the largest coal producing company in the world and the largest corporate employer. And the highest production achieved since inception in over 4% compared to last year is a good achievement. It's only possible only due to hard work with all others involved with our company. And once again, thanks for the interim and the final dividend. Sir, the coal-based electric generation in our country accounted for 70% with a growth of above 9.5% compared to last year. Proving
We've lost the connection. We'll move on to the next speaker holder, Mr. Alok Kumar Pal, who is connected through the audio. Mr.
Hello?
Alok Kumar Pal? Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, I am here. I am here.
Yes, sir, please go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Are you hearing me? Okay. Good morning. Myself, A.K. Pal. First, I express my sincere gratitude to our Secretarial Department for excellent and remarkable investor service. Special thanks go to our beloved Company Secretary, Mr. Vishwanathan. I profoundly touched by his courtesy and sincerity throughout the year. Now, performance is good, but I have one observation that your profit is increased about 50%, but your payout ratio dividend is decreased by 17%. It is not justified. you should increase according to your profit. And another thing, sir, I draw your attention in CAG report. Sir, I found CAG is several observation and qualified auditor remarks. I just mention a few. The page 82, their bold letter qualification, the above has resulted in defective petition of provision with respect of retirement benefit and profit for the year. And another thing is, also I like to mention here, that page 84, there is so much auditor qualification in page 84, page 85. There are some 8 points emphasis on merit. Sir, this is not desirable like a status of a Maharatna company. There should be more about this remark. And I mainly concentrated in auditor remarks. And then, sir, again, page 89, 80, 90, 91, there is so much in your land, title deed not yet in company name. Sir, how many years it is pending? And what action you have taken to convert in your name this title deed? And sir, page 93, the item 14B, we have been provided and have considered the internal audit report of the company for the year 2021-22, except the internal audit report of the Mumbai and Chennai regional office sales office, since such document were not made available for our verification. Sir, why this document not available to the auditor? Please explain. It is, I think, it's a gross mistake from your part. Sir, there is so many qualification observation by auditor and comptroller and auditor general I not discuss because then it takes so much time. So only I request you to take care of this auditor remarks and rectify yourself. So next year this remark should be limited or reduced or totally eliminated. Thank you, sir. Patient hearing. Hope next year company will be better performance and shareholder will get higher dividend. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I now invite Ms. Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenhas to unmute her audio and video and ask question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your questions or comments to 3 minutes?
Hello? Hello? Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
And I'm visible also, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Respected chairman. Respected chairman. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Hello?
Please go ahead.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Respected. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Respected chairman, members of the board, my fellow shareholders attending this virtual meet. I am Mrs. C. Mascarenhas. I am attending from Mumbai. First of all, I thank the company secretary M. Vishwanath and his team for sending me an e-annual report and also registering me as a speaker and giving me this chorus platform to speak. Thank you so much. Now I come for the working. Working is very good in this difficult environment. I am very happy that we have got a dividend of ₹17 and plus a very good market cap. Thank you. Congratulations for all the awards and accolades
Thank you. I now invite Sujan Modak to unmute audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Namaskar. Good morning. Respected Chairman, other Board of Directors, I am Sujan Modak. Sir, I am attending this meeting from my residence in Kolkata. Sir, if we see the performance of our company, this is very good. This is remarkable. PBT has gone up. Profit for the year has really increased. Total income of the company has gone up, sir. Earning per share has jumped up. CSR activity is remarkable, sir. Production has really gone up and offtake of the coal has also gone up. This is truly a Maharatna company. Thank you, sir, to all of you for your decision making ability and all. Thank you very much, sir. Now I come to my question, sir. Sir, my question is how much reserve of coal we got? This is approximately for how many years? Is it possible to sir tell? Because the investors community, I belong to that, so I really want to know for how many years that, if at all possible for you, sir. And sir, our job company is having a lot of workers. So is there any accident occurred last 1 year? If we come to the safety point of view of our company, so how many accidents we had, if at all it has happened? Was there any fatality? How many near misses? Please tell us, sir. And what are the precautions we have taken so that it should not be recur back again? And if at all anybody had accident, whether they are all come back to normal life and joined the duties. And total how many man hours we lost? If possible, please tell us, sir. And sir, one more thing. After we finish the mining, the abundant mines or the exhausted mines, that huge land. So what do we really do with that? If possible, please tell us, sir. Whether we give it back to the government or we do something for the betterment of environment. So before I finish, I'd like to definitely thank our company secretary, Mr. Viswanathan ji. He has ocean of experience, huge experience. He and his team, especially Mohit Gupta ji, they really do very good investor services to the minority shareholders. Always connecting and giving us opportunity and sending the reports in time. So I like to take this platform to say thank you and namaskar to Mr. Viswanathan ji and Mohit Gupta ji. Thank you very much, sir. And nothing else to add more, sir. I support all your agendas and done already the voting, sir, in favor. And thank you. Over to you, sir, for further proceedings.
Thank you. Our next speaker shareholder, Mr. Abhijit Panda, is connected through the audio call. Mr. Panda, may I request you to unmute your audio and ask your question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Hello. Yes, I am Abhijit Panda from Howrah, respected chairman, board of directors, and fellow shareholder. I congratulate for our performance this year. This year's performance is excellent in all respects, and Coal India always support with the minority shareholder. तो कंपनी ने 20 साल अच्छा डिविडेंड दिया है, हमेशा भी अच्छा डिविडेंड देता है, तो उसके लिए भी आपको बहुत बहुत थैंक यू। और हमारा जो कंपनी सेक्रेटरी है मिस्टर विश्वनाथन जी has done excellent work to coordinate this excellent capacity for smooth manner, and our chorus team has also very good job in their fund. Sir, लास्ट ईयर हमारा कंपनी चेयरमैन जो बोला था मेकिंग रेलवे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर टू अवॉइड रोड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. सर एक्चुअली आई एम वर्किंग इन द इंडियन रेलवे कोलकाता, तो मैं जानना चाहता हूँ तो किस विषय में कंपनी का प्रोग्रेस क्या हुआ है, और इंडियन रेलवे के साथ कंपनी का क्या कुछ कोल को ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए क्या कोई स्पेशल मेमोरेंडम है. और सर आजकल जो है ग्रीन एनर्जी का दिन आ रहा है, तो मैं चाहता हूँ हमारा कंपनी भी कोई सब्सिडरी बना के ग्रीन एनर्जी में भी एंटर करे, क्योंकि दिस इज ए ह्यूज अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि सोलर एनर्जी हमारा जो देश है इसमें सोलर तो बहुत है, तो सोलर एनर्जी को यूज करके कंपनी का जो बैलेंस शीट में फंड भी बहुत है तो कर सकते हैं. और सर CSR एक्टिविटी यू आर डूइंग एक्सीलेंट वर्क, एक्सीलेंट गुड वर्क. और सर मैनेजमेंट और एम्प्लॉय के बिना कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टिक नहीं सकता है, तो हमारा जो कंपनी का जो इतना एक्सीलेंट परफॉर्मेंस है इसके लिए आई कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट ऑल कॉन्ट्रेक्चुअल एंड परमानेंट एम्प्लॉय एंड मैनेजमेंट एंड आवर चेयरमैन. दिस इज ए टीम वर्क. विदाउट ए टीम वर्क नथिंग कैन डू एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. And as a monopoly company and Government of India is largest shareholder in this company, so this is not a only company, this is a social welfare भी करता है. Sir, employment for equal opportunity, so disabled employee के लिए हमारा कंपनी का पॉलिसी क्या है, और जो रियली डिजेबल उसको रिक्रूटमेंट करने का क्या पॉलिसी है। और सर जैसे हमारा कंपनी हमारा जो एम्प्लॉय है उसको रिवॉर्ड करते हैं अपना परफॉर्मेंस के बेसिस पे। और वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड इज वर्किंग इन द कोल इंडिया एंड ही सेज दैट कंपनी का जो माने salary structure is very good and company always support it with their company. This is a very good thing. And sir, मैं चाहता हूँ जो what is the disciplinary action against those dishonest employee or labor or management. तो लास्ट ईयर में अपने डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन कितने स्टाफों के विरुद्ध लिया है, उसका एक आउटकम क्या हुआ, और मतलब हमारा जो लीकेज है उस लीकेज को कैसे बंद किया जा सकता है। और हमारा परफॉर्मेंस इज एक्सीलेंट और हम चाहते हैं आगे भी कंपनी इस तरह से परफॉर्म करे। और हमारा जो शेयर प्राइस लास्ट ईयर था उसके मुकाबला अभी शेयर प्राइस भी इंक्रीज हुआ है। ये तो स्वाभाविक है, परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा होगा तो शेयर प्राइस भी अच्छा होगा। तो सर हम चाहते हैं कि बाईबैक के रूट में कंपनी कुछ टेंडर ऑफर के लिए कुछ करे, क्योंकि बाईबैक करने से कंपनी का जो इक्विटी है वो थोड़ा सा कम हो जाएगा, तो इसमें शेयर का प्राइस भी और अच्छा होगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच। I and my family always trusted with this Maharatna company, and we are also voted for all the resolution in favor. Sir, equal मैंने जितने भी स्पीकर और शेयर होल्डर है सबको इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट करना चाहिए। तो ऐसे ही करते हैं कंपनी भी। तो थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you. I now invite Mr. Amit Kumar Banerjee to unmute his audio and video and ask the question or give comment. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes?
A very good morning to everyone. Respected chairman of the meeting, other board members, I am Amit Kumar Banerjee from the city of Kolkata. Thank you for getting me an opportunity to speak such wonderful meeting organized by our company, Dear Limited. It is our 48th annual meeting of the company. I am a long-standing shareholder, proud to be the same. Our company is a Maharatna public sector undertaking, is the largest producer in the world today. Headquarters in Kolkata. As regards the performance is concerned, as visible in the balance sheet and review, yes, it is very, very nice. Good growth, excellent financial performance. The presentation is well. Total revenue achieved during this year more than last year, about 12,067.54 crores. Last year it was only 8,318.43 crores. Profit after tax gone up 11,201.57 crores. EPS also up, improved 18.18. Last year it was only 12. Yes, there is a consistent dividend during this. Also we are getting, yes, another good thing so that the CSR activity is continuously maintaining. Very good for the welfare measures by their company. Sir, consider visit. Consider interim dividend as it is found the disconcern gradually decreasing years together. Long years, we are not getting borders also. Keep attention about the matter when it is comfortable. What is your key challenges, strategic plan for sustainable growth of revenue of the company? CapEx plan, that means the future plan. Try to kindly share your views for the next 2 years. I would say our team management will maintain necessary transparency at all levels and will present the result year ahead, keeping definitely in mind to shareholders' rewarding policy with higher dividend. Last but not least, specifically, Secretary Mr. M. Vishwanathan, who is sitting here long years together, well experienced, sincere, cordial, yes, definitely maintaining good relation with us. Level best, try to resolve the issue as and when required. I thank all his secretarial team members also, and thank all team members for smooth conducting video conferencing today. I am Amit Kumar Banerjee. Over to you, sir, for further proceedings. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I now invite Tapas Kumar Datta to unmute his audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes?
Hello, am I audible? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir, you're audible. You're audible. Please go ahead.
May I start? Respected
Yes, sir.
Chairman, distinguished Board of Directors, eminent KMPs, and my fellow shareholders visiting this VC meeting. I, myself, Tapas Kumar Datta, an equity shareholder of Coal India Limited. I profoundly express my sincere gratitude to the galaxy of Coal India Limited for their dedication, exertion, commitment, and outstanding achievement. Excellent and remarkable doing everything efficiently, effectively, and intelligently under the leadership of Sir M. Vishwanathan, and integrity, a man free from discussion and injustice, a man of quality of hard-working nature. Chairman, sir, you have taken the right decision to extend his service period. Coming to the report, sir, page 10, making amendment in memorandum of association for looking for aluminium business, renewable energy business, critical business, and advanced chemistry cell and energy storage business and hydrogen business. So different types of business are of different nature. How can you all viable under one roof as companies trying to divide it into different companies? Sir, if the nature of business is changed, why don't you change the name of Coal India Limited to Coal Mining, Minerals and Renewable Energy of India or something like that? Sir, page 29 and 135 on safety concern, total accident have been reduced by 0.8%, but 29 numbers of fatality
is extremely a great shock to us. Try to achieve nil fatality. Third, page 100, company law envisages has level of transparency and accountability. Why? Have you included unaudited subsidiary and joint venture account in the consolidated financial result? Page 150. Why don't you make adjustment for the difference between financial result prepared as per general accounting plan in Mozambique and Indian general accounting principles? Sir, page 121. Despite the use of ERP software, manual system in valuation of closing stock, hospital inventory, OPR calculation, etc. In case of CRL or AC, the consortium led by Indian Bank has extended ECO by 2 years. Sir, would not CRERL under ACCL start in, sir, page 120, in measures, compensation and penalty have been imposed by Supreme Court and state government authority for excess production, illegal and violation of environment clearance limit. Sir, why don't you follow regulatory norms? Sir, why have you considered the penalty? Sir, page 126 and 131, the production of underground and open cast mines of ECL and ACCL are drastically down. They could not achieve page 100. No, that isn't. Page 102. Eastern Coalfields Limited is incurring losses, huge losses. That is what it is. It's profitable. Sir, page 143. Why don't you start operational activities in your JV unit? In International Coal Venture Private Limited, your holding is abysmally low, only 0.19%. How can you tell it as a joint venture unit? Sir, page 175, 5 years R&D expenditure have shown the expenditure are not segregated. I would like to know how much is capital expenditure, total expenditure as a percentage of total turnover is also not shown in this column. Sir, page 181, in terms of CSR, you are providing hostel facilities for students. Why don't you introduce scholarship program for poor students? Sir, page 207, shareholding pattern shown without previous year's data and change of shareholding pattern cannot be understood from this data. Sir, change of shareholding pattern is essential part in this column. Try to show it. Sir, page 320, land, building, including water supply, road and culverts. Sir, are these freehold or leasehold land? Sir, page 32, in terms of work in progress, is there any temporary suspension of work? Is there any cost overrun owing to suspension or slow moving of the project? Sir, page 33, 333, in terms of investment in a mutual fund, I would like to know the present status of this mutual fund. Sir, page 335, capital advance turned doubtful. Sir, why has capital advance turned doubtful? Sir, page 336, were sold to power sectors and steel plants mainly. Sir, then how bad and doubtful debts appear? Sir, who are the concerned debtors? Who are the defaulters? Sir, who are the debtors remaining outstanding more than 2 years and more than 3 years? Is there opportunity of recourse in this case? Sir, page 236, positive cash flow indicate you have given stringent focus on cash, but why current ratio, page 223, is deteriorating? Page 67, a detailed subsidiary-wise position of manpower is given annexure 15. Sir, where is annexure 15? Sir, I think it is missing. I cannot find annexure 15 in the physical annual report. Sir, with these few remarks, I would like to conclude. Thank you for patient hearing. Over to you.
Thank you. I now invite Mr. Kaushik Shahukar to unmute his audio and video and ask question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes?
Good morning, everyone. First off, I would like to thank the Board of Directors for giving me an opportunity to speak in this forum. Many of you would remember from the conversation of past, so I will keep both my ask and introduction brief. I hope I'm clearly audible.
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Myself, Kaushik Shahukar, a qualified and a practicing chartered accountant from Mumbai. I have been suffering from dystonia, which has rendered 55% of my body paralyzed, impacting my right hand, my right leg, and the speech. While I have not let that come in my way and becoming chartered accountant, I do request your support in helping me continue to be self-reliant. I was optimistic after our conversation we had last year about me working for our organization. However, nothing has progressed since. While I understand things may have not progressed due to pandemic situation last year, I do hope that after today, our organization will engage me in serious as possible. Once again, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I acknowledge the efforts of Mr. Vishwanathan, who has given me some work to engage me with our organization. However, much needs to be done. Once again, thank you for the opportunity to speak today, and I hope to see a positive movement forward with my ask. I am also aware that this is not forum to speak, but how else can I reach you? So, finally, Sir, Coal India is well known for its serious activity and bringing transformation in the life of people. So, I require similar support from Coal India to help me, to enable me to remain independent and self-reliant. So, finally, how is company fulfilling our PM's dream of Atmanirbhar Bharat? So, last question. Once our coal reserves are over, what will be the future of our company? Thank you so much.
Thank you. I now invite Lily Pradhan to unmute her audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes.
Okay. Am I audible?
Please go ahead. Yes, you are.
Okay. Okay. Very good morning, respected all chairpersons and all viewers. I am very happy to know that the company's performance is developing more in these last 2 years of COVID-19 pandemic situation. I have some question. Present situation. What is the aim and object of future development in all over country? And what is the byproduct planning? What is CSR activities for challenging persons? Last of all question, what is the vision and mission of our country, our company? Thank you so much.
Thank you. I now invite Anindya Sundar Roy to unmute audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes.
Good afternoon. Just I'm in the afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Very good afternoon to the chairman of the company, board of directors, employees of the company, my fellow shareholders, our most respectful and beloved company secretary, compliance officer, Sri M. Viswanathanji, his team, and online shareholders, those who hear me. Sir, this is the most difficult and dangerous sectors to perform, to work with. And Coal India performed in a way that in their balance sheet, I just see your dedication and your sacrifice in visible in every word by word you describe. So this is for this year in particular, no other company has to, because every moment you have to understand the nature, fury of the nature, and to compromise the nature, then to perform. This is the most difficult thing for any company to work with, and you have performed. Not only performed, say you have outperformed. And I have no words to thank you for this. Sir, one thing, that this is a Maharatna company. And this year in particular, we are going to lose one Ratna. That is our most respectful company secretary, compliance officer, Sri M. Viswanathanji. With his retirement, we won't be able to see him in the office. Sir, this would be very cruel. I think you just put up my request to the concerning ministries or to the parliament, that if they can relax in his case, because he's a man, a Coal India man. Well, Coal India meeting and Coal India activities cannot be, cannot be imagined without his absence, without his presence. So as long as he's mentally and physically fit, he should be set there. If it is not as a company secretary, so he should be inserted as a director, sir. Anyway, that is my request. If is put up this concerning authorities. And there are also many little Ratnas, those who are shooting up, like Sri Bhaskar Sharma ji, like Sri Ranjit Singh ji, and Mr. J.P. Shaw ji. They are all, sir, dedicated personalities at Coal India. So far we came to know about. And it is not that these few people are to name, but all the workers, laborers, those who are working for the production, So they are without dedication, we cannot see this light. So this is my heartfelt thank to all of them. And sir, I was just going through the annual report, and I think, sir, the Coal India should be in accordance with the DRDO department for any future activity, sir. Because DRDO department is the best in the, and they understand the nature. No other scientists, no other people understand the best, and they have to face every day, everywhere, sir, all the calamities. So if the Coal India for any infra project or anything, say they consult the DRDO or incept the DRDO department into activities, into the functioning of Coal India, so that would be there. That way the nation will gain. And sir, Mr. Viswanathanji, so with this, I think we have a lot more things to learn with him. So this is my plea, again my plea, to put up this matter to the parliament. If the parliament agrees to accept in the board as a director or any as a consultant, so we can see him on a regular basis. And it is a cruel for him to sit back in the at home idle. So he is a man of performance, he is a man of dedication for Coal India, by Coal India, of Coal India. Sir, you stay well, and my salute to you all for your performance and for your dedication, sir. Thank you, sir. My name is A.S. Roy. I'm a proud member of Coal India. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We have Mr. Jaideep Bakshi back on the call. Mr. Bakshi, can you please unmute your audio and video and go ahead?
Yes, good afternoon, sir. So I'm starting up where I had left earlier because due to this misconnection, I had failed my speech. Sir, regarding my future prospects for the growth and operating the new projects and the modernization plans, can you highlight? Sir, regarding the plantations in the mining area to counter carbon dioxide emission and development of ecological parks is a good initiative. Sir, kindly highlight on the mine tourism and utilization of free land. Our CSR activities are always this good, depending on this healthcare, education, and rural development. And sir, regarding the safety norms, priority should be the first initiative, and different programs are also a very good initiative. And continue the safeguard of its 3 million men or 3M, that is the men, mines, and machines, as the industry.
बोल दे हर्षा पटेल बोल दे वीडियो चालू मत करना या good afternoon respected chairman board of directors fellow shareholders. My name is Manoj Kumar Gupta. I am equity shareholder of Coal India Limited. First of all, I thanks to you and your team for the best and excellent result of the company, and I thanks to your company secretary and his team to help us to join this meeting through VC, and I thanks to the for your dividend of ₹17, and I thanks to you for your CSR, excellent CSR for the community and society. That shows that government of India companies are serving to the community and society in the difficult time. And what's your future plan, sir? Any plan for listing your subsidiaries like a Southeastern Coalfield and other companies? Have you any plan to list in the stock market by demerging? Have you any plan? And sir, what is your view on the ESL employees arrested by the CBI and coal smuggling by near to Dhanbad area? So what's your view in this regard? any plan to reduce the face value of the shares, because your capital is more than 6,000 crore rupees? Have you any plan to reduce to the face value of the shareholders, like as other companies, MNC companies like Colgate, Castrol, and others? They have reduced the face value from rupees 10 to 1, 10 to 5, and balance money has returned to the investors, so you can serve in future to the shareholders. And sir, have you any plan for to renovate the old heritage building of your old headquarters at Calcutta and Netaji Subhas Road, because that is a heritage building? And sir, what's your plan for carbon credit, and give some ads in the regional festivals of Coal India or subsidiaries, like as a Durga Puja, Onam, Pongal, Navratri, like as a regional festival, Bengal Durga Puja, Ganesh Chaturthi, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Navratri in North India, and different part of the country. So you should try to give some ads in there. And sir, what's your view on solar and green energy? And sir, last but least, inspire some sports activity in the company, and bring some celebrities of sport, medal winners of the Olympic and the Commonwealth Games, to add their Coal India on the media, and inspire them for their future, bright future. And sir, I'd meet you twice in the public platform, and you assured me that I will meet you in the office. It's my pleasure to meet you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I now invite Gautam Nandi to unmute his audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes.
Am I clearly audible, ma'am?
Yes, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon and namaskar. Respected Chairman, Board of Directors, and my online fellow shareholders. Myself, Gautam Nandi of Kakurgachi, Kolkata. Very old equity shareholder of Coal India Limited. Sir, firstly, I like to give thanks to your secretarial department for sending me annual report and other necessary relevant papers through email well in advance. And also thanks for connecting me in this VC platform in a very smooth manner. So especially to our respected company, Mr. M. Vishwanathan, very super and a dynamic person. Whole team, including Mohit Babu, Ranjit Babu, for rendering very good services to our minority shareholders. So thanks to you. No, thanks again, sir. Sir, you are organizing annual through video conference, which is a grand success like the previous years.
You're not audible, sir. Mr. Nandi? Yes, please go ahead now.
And hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead now.
Yes, and please also mention the speaker's serial number with your link. Sir, all points have been by the earlier, so no repetition from my side. Sir, we are passing through a very tough and pandemic situation. COVID-19, Russia-Ukraine war, etc., etc. Every company is suffering very much. But I find in this challenging year, our company's performance is excellent. You are also giving very good dividend to our minority shareholders. और एक बात, डिविडेंड में कोई छोटा बड़ा नहीं होता है. हर डिविडेंड हम लोगों के लिए एक रिवार्ड होता है. So thanks for your dividend in this tough market scenario. Sir, I would like to know what is your roadmap for the next 3 to 4 years. Sir, your CSR activities are remarkable, so please keep it up. Sir, may I know, have you given booster dose to each and every employee of your company? If not, please arrange immediately because the employees at the company and अभी जो पोजीशन है अभी कोविड फिर बढ़ रहा है इसलिए मैं ये कहता हूँ. Sir, we shall be glad if you arrange a mine visit at your earliest, especially if situation permits. We are eagerly awaiting participation. Celebrations, various types of awards won. Sir, what about our bonus shares? We'll be very happy if you issue bonus shares to our minority shareholders. Sir, company's equity shares face value is rupees 10 per share. Is there any plan for into or rupees 2 or rupee 1 in near future? Please let me know. Sir, very happy to know that, happy to find that your
Mr. Nandi, we are unable to hear you.
shares not.
Mr. Nandi, you're not audible, sir. We'll check the connection of Mr. Gautam Nandi. Meanwhile, we move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Abhirup Nandi. Mr. Nandi, I request you to unmute your audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Everyone on the board, the key person, and every other members who are in this video conference. I am Abhirup Nandi, equity shareholder from Kolkata. For excellent corporate governance led by M. Vishwanathan and team. Strong financial performance has been very strong. Special rewarding policy has been very nice on a constant basis. We shareholders are always happy to receive the dividends offered by Coal India. So whatever it increases and decreases, but still it is always good to receive any amount of dividend from Coal India. This year it has been great. The amount has been huge. You have 7 items in this notice, and I support all of them. Especially it is I'm very glad to see that this year company is amending its business models. So hopefully the company is looking forward to other business avenues also. So this is a good sign of, this is just a good initial sign of the company thinking of other verticals. So really confident with this company. Also my request is also for this if Mr. M. Vishwanathan can be engaged in other position after his retirement because of his sincere contribution made towards Coal India. That's all from my side. This is Abhirup Nandi signing off. Stay healthy, stay safe.
Thank you.
1 minute.
I now invite.
Can you try Mr. Taraknath Chakravarti? He has been phoning for last 15 minutes.
So my colleagues are trying. Yes, we'll try.
His number is 15 Taraknath Chakravarti.
Sure, sir. We'll try again.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, sir. Meanwhile, we'll take the next speaker shareholder. I invite Mr. Santosh Kumar Saraf to unmute his audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes?
आदरणीय सभापति उपस्थित सदस्यगण, मेरे शेयरहोल्डर भाइयों बहनों, मेरा नाम संतोष कुमार सराफ, मैं कलकत्ता से बोल रहा हूँ। आशा करता हूँ आप जितने भी डायरेक्टर हैं, जितने भी अधिकारीगण हैं और जितने भी हमारे कर्मचारी इस समय स्वस्थ और अच्छे से होंगे। सर सबसे बड़ा दुख इस बात का है कि एक तो मैंने बहुत पहले अप्लाई किया था, मेरे को 19 नंबर मिला, जबकि मेरा फर्स्ट मेरा चेकिंग हुआ था। तो हमारे विश्वास हुआ है कि कभी मैनिपुलेशन करने की चेष्टा मत करिएगा सर, और ये मैनिपुलेशन हुआ इसके लिए मैं आपको पूछूंगा बाद में। सर आप एक तो आपका फ्यूचर प्लान क्या है ये बताइए, अपने कैपिटल इनकम बढ़ाने के लिए और कैपिटल ग्रोथ का, इसके बारे में बताने की चेष्टा करिएगा सर। एक सर अभी नए खान को यहाँ जिसको आपने टेक ओवर किया तो उसके बारे में बताइएगा सर। एक सर अपने आप फीमेल एम्प्लॉय बहुत कम है सर, बहुत कम एम्प्लॉई अपने फीमेल का 2,85,48,000 में सिर्फ 19 फीमेल एम्प्लॉई सर। और अभी गवर्नमेंट ने तो अलाउ कर दिया है तीनों शिफ्ट में काम करने के लिए और हार्ड वर्क करने के लिए, तो आप उसके लिए क्या कदम उठा रहे हैं ये भी बताने का कष्ट करिएगा सर, क्योंकि अभी मोदी जी चाहते हैं कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा फीमेल एम्प्लॉई को मौका दिया जाए और उनके लिए उन्होंने रूल भी बदली किया और अभी वर्क फ्रॉम होम का भी सेशन चालू कर रहे हैं जिससे वुमेन को एम्पावरमेंट किया जाए सर। सर आपने रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग की क्या व्यवस्था की भी बताइएगा सर। रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की क्या व्यवस्था की है, जैसे सोलर पावर आदि की अपनी कंपनियों में बताइएगा सर। और सर एक ये डिस्प्यूट केस जो है इनकम टैक्स संबंधी है, ये 2011 से पेंडिंग, इसके लिए क्या कदम उठाए बताइए सर। ज़्यादा समय नहीं लेते तो मैं बताता हूँ ये बीसी मीटिंग काफ़ी अच्छी है, इसको ध्यान में रखिएगा सर, क्योंकि यहाँ से देख रहे हैं पूरे बॉम्बे दिल्ली वाले भी आपसे अटेंड करते हैं। समय न लेते अपना समय बर्बाद करने करते हुए अब आप सभी को मेरी शुभकामना देते हुए, जितने भी हमारे डायरेक्टर, जितने भी अधिकारी, जितने भी हमारे शेयर होल्डर भाई बंधु कर्मचारी प्रेजेंट है, उनको उनके परिवार की लंबी उम्र की कामना करता हूँ और भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ भगवान ये 2020-22 फाइनेंशियल ईयर सभी के लिए वेल्दी, हेल्दी और सेफ्टी के साथ बीती। तो जय हिंद, जय भारत। सर ये जो मेरा एप्लीकेशन रनिंग नंबर में इसको विश्वनाथ जी को मैं कहूँगा इसको चेक करिएगा कहाँ क्या गलती रह गई है। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. I now invite Bimal Krishna Sarkar to unmute audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
कनेक्शन नहीं हो रहा
Mr. Sarkar, we can hear you. Mr. Sarkar, please unmute your audio.
हाँ ऑडियो तो कर रहा हूँ, हम लोग तो कर।
हाँ जी, प्लीज स्पीक नाउ।
हाँ अच्छा, अभी सुनाई दे रहा है तो?
हाँ जी सर, प्लीज गो अहेड। Mr. Bimal Krishna Sarkar, you have muted your audio. Please unmute and speak.
Hello, hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. अच्छा, very good afternoon, चेयरमैन साहब। मैं सरकार कलकत्ता से बोल रहा हूँ सर। पहले कंपनी सेक्रेटरी विश्वनाथ जी डिपार्टमेंट का मोहित गुप्ता जी को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ। उन्होंने बहुत पहले ही एनुअल रिपोर्ट और नोटिस भेज दिया है। आज सबसे बड़ी ये बात है, ये आदरणीय हमारा कंपनी सेक्रेटरी तरीके से रिलेशन रखते हैं, इसलिए सर धन्यवाद आपका। पूरा सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ, उन्होंने बहुत कोऑपरेट किया है मेरे को। थैंक यू सर। देखिए ये जो कोविड एडवर्स पोजीशन थे और यूक्रेन रशिया का वार, ये सब लॉकडाउन, ये सब में हमारा कंपनी जो सिग्निफिकेंट रिजल्ट किया है और प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स प्रॉफिट भी अच्छा सिग्निफिकेंट हुआ और सेकंड इंटरिम 9 रुपीज और 5 रुपीज पर शेयर और 3 रुपीज फाइनली दिया है, माने 17 रुपीज इस साल में हम लोगों को डिविडेंड मिला है। सर बहुत धन्यवाद। सर देखिए ये सीएस हम ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लूंगा, मेरा पहले जो स्पीकर है सारे क्वेश्चन और इसलिए मैं सर सीएसआर एक्टिविटीज के ऊपर मैं थोड़ा बात करना चाहता हूं सर हमारा सीएसआर जो इंडिया में जितना कंपनी है जो 20 साल तो हम खर्च करते हैं उसके अंदर हमारा कंपनी में आ जाता है। हमारा कंपनी इस बार सीएसआर एक्टिविटीज में एज पर सेक्शन पॉइंट नंबर 5 हमारा कंपनी 6.81 करोड़ हमारा कंपनी खर्चा किया है। कितना? 77.64 अमाउंट खर्चा किया है, 70.83 करोड़। सर ये देखिए सर हमारा कंपनी जो इंक्लूडिंग सब्सिडरीज स्पेंड किया है कितना सर 548.98 करोड़, व्हिच इज हायर देन दी स्टैट्यूटरी रिक्वायरमेंट, माने जितना हमारा ऑब्लिगेशन थे उससे भी ज्यादा खर्चा किया है हमारा CSIL और उनका इंक्लूडिंग जो सब्सिडरीज कंपनी है। Sir, COVID-19 relief with 44.45% of the CSR expenditure, rupees 244 crores. से इतना पैसा कोविड के जब पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन में खर्चा किया है हमारा कंपनी। सर ये देखिए सुन नुकसान की जो संभावना, इसके लिए जो प्रोग्राम जो इंट्रोड्यूस किया है सेफ्टी काउंसलिंग एंड एम्प्लॉय सेफ्टी असिस्टेंट जो प्रोग्राम लिया है ये बहुत अच्छे है, इसलिए इसमें हम लोगों को ये कंपनी का एम्प्लॉय को बहुत फायदा आएगा। उन लोगों को ये सोचते हैं हमारा कंपनी, इसलिए कंपनी मैनेजमेंट को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ। सर देखिए सीएसआर एक्टिविटीज में अंडर मिशन जो मिशन है प्राण वायु, ये जैसे स्थापना किया है, सेटअप 31 ऑक्सीजन प्लांट स्थापना किया है इन 28 हॉस्पिटल। ये 28 नंबर हॉस्पिटल में ये स्थापना किया गया है। एक कॉस्ट पड़ा 46 करोड़ और इसके अंदर 24 है गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल और 4 कंपनी का हॉस्पिटल। और ऑक्सीजन जो प्लांट इसका कैपेसिटी कितना है सर? 5040 बेड को ये आपूर्ति कर सकते हैं। ये सर ये सीएसआर एक्टिविटीज ये तो किसी से कंपेयर करना नहीं जाता है जो हमारा CIL ने किया है सर। इसलिए हम जो सीएसआर कमेटी को मैंने आज अप्रिशिएट नहीं करेंगे तो ठीक नहीं होगा सर। सीएसआर कमेटी को मैं अप्रिशिएट करता हूं सर। जितने रेजोल्यूशन है सारे रेजोल्यूशन मैंने ऑलरेडी वोटिंग कर दिया है फेवर में सर। ये हम लोग बहुत खुश है, ये जो हमारा ये कंपनी के साथ हम जो शेयर है इसलिए बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं सर। मैंने ये कंपनी में आपको जितना कंपनी सर चेयरमैन साहब आपको लंबी उम्र कामना करता हूं सर। आप नहीं जितना डायरेक्टर साहब है, कंपनी सेक्रेटरी और मोहित गुप्ता जी, जितना कंपनी का एम्प्लॉय है सब सुस्त रहेगा, ये भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हुए मेरा वक्तव्य कंक्लूड कर जा रहा हूं सर। मेरे को जो बोलने का मौका दिया है इसलिए धन्यवाद देता हूं। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
Thank you. Our next speaker shareholder, Mr. Taraknath Chakraborty, is joined through an audio call. Mr. Chakraborty, I request you to unmute your audio.
Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. Old is Gold Chairperson, our Coal India Limited, all board of members, executive director, director finance, and our nearest valuable shareholder, Mr. M. Vishwanathan, associated Mr. Dubeji, and our group colleague, Mr. Bhaskar, and other associated, is a really very efficient ability and good manner person. Mr. Bhaskar is a long time he is attached in this department, and we are not briefly discussion that Coal India is a Maharatna in India. Coal India is every year keep tied to minority shareholder, all our demand is fulfilled. Every year is a handsome pay dividend, annual report, expected 9 of monumental pillars, business turnaround is a highly profile, and our achievement is a very good. We no comment, balance sheet, mission, vision, printing, all these things are really expected 9 of monumental pillars. Accounting standard 100% benchmark point, no regrouping, no printing mistake, always tied to our management code, cost control and cost reduce. Then my minority shareholder, sir, it is my humble request. Coming year you have arranged is a physical meeting. Regarding we are COVID-19, all situation is past. All these things are you have to maintain is normal. But our only AGM for virtual, it is not justified. It is humble request our company chairman, senior secretary Mr. M. Vishwanathan and associated, all board of directors. Our request, coming year we are attached the physical and man-to-man deep discussion. We are good code related this situated. And lastly, I thanks to our all members, our company valuable Secretary Mr. M. Vishwanathan, Associated Secretary Mr. Dubeji, and our colleague nearest Mr. Bhaskar. He is a really efficient, ability and good manner person and try to make it. All the things are very good. I request this year arrange at least 1:1 bonus. Huge reserve capital share in our accounts. So it is my minority shareholders, our demand, at least issue of 1:1 right. Thank you. I over to microphone Taraknath Chakraborty speaking from Calcutta. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I now invite Mr. Kiran and Keval Kumar to unmute their audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes? Mr. Kumar, we are not able to hear you. Mr. Kumar, we'll check your connection and get back to you. I now invite Mr. Sunil Kumar Modak to unmute his audio and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes? Mr. Modak is connected through an audio call. Mr. Modak, please go ahead.
Very good afternoon to everybody. Respected Chairman, Board of Directors, Company Secretary, my fellow shareholders, myself Sunil Modak, joining from Calcutta, my residence. I must congratulate our Board of Directors for the excellent performance and give me an opportunity to speak me on this prestigious AGM of Maharatna Company. Thank you, sir. In our country, coal is the engine growth of the energy sector, holding a share of 55% of the country's primary commercial energy. COVID-19 sluggish period, our company posted a record growth of 22%, nearly in supplies of power section during financial year 2022. Year 2021 and 22, the year of record highs. Our company's physical performance during the year 2021-22 scaled to a remarkable all-time high.
So we are unable to hear you. Mr. Modak? His line is disconnected. We'll take the next question from Mr. Ronald Fernandez. Mr. Fernandez, I request you to unmute your audio and ask your question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes? Mr. Ronald Fernandez, please go ahead with your question. We are checking his connection as well. I now invite Mr. Shrikanta Sen to unmute his audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes?
Am I audible, madam?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, respected Board of Directors and my fellow shareholders. I, Shrikanta Sen, a equity shareholder of CIL, wait for this day for acquiring various news and enjoy very much. COVID-19 depressed me last 3 years, now become normal. World fourth largest coal mining reserves in India, or 50% energy come from Coal India. So Coal India also debt-free company, debt-free, regularly high dividend paying, shares are good. Balance sheet, no doubt best, revenue up.
In spite of various good sides, Coal India facing environment pollution problem from power generated by coal product, which is state health hazard. Many countries change by alternative way such as solar, hydro and atomic power. Solar industry is taking a big competitor for thermal power because solar power is for the power production cost cost low than coal product. I hope management will take precaution and care for it. Wait for good future. At last, I cordially thanks for to keep good relation between shareholder and company management. This is also expected. Thank you for present sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you for
I now invite Mr. Keval Kumar to unmute his audio and video and ask the question or give comments. Mr.
Hello.
Keval Kumar, please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Chairman, sir, board members, and everybody present in the meeting. Our company has shown commendable performance in financial year 21-22, and I hope it will continue to perform much better in future also. I would like to ask few questions. My first one is, what are the future plans for next 3 years for diversification in renewable energy, metal sector, and extraction of coal bed methane gas? And second question is, what is the present EBITDA per ton of coal mined and target of production in 22-23? Third question is, present wage agreement has ended on 30th June 21. Whether the company has made provision for increased wage in the next settlement. And fourth one is, since our company is cash rich and has been paying handsome dividend every year, I request you to consider buyback of shares through tender route instead of paying high dividend. Share buyback is more tax efficient method to reward shareholders and to enhance shareholder value after buyback. Dividend is taxed at a slab rate in the hands of shareholders, but buyback amount is tax free for shareholders. Government of India can also tender its shares in buyback and earn handsome amount. Moreover, EPS, market price and book value also increases after buyback is over. And in the last, I would say that I have observed that in spite of request by the moderator for 3 minutes, many of our speakers, shareholders have delivered lengthy speeches like politicians. I request that moderator should press buzzer button so that a speaker can conclude. And moreover, moderator should also call serial number along with name of a speaker. That's all from my side. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Our next shareholder, Mr. Sunil Kumar Modak, is connected through an audio call. Mr. Modak, I request you to unmute your audio and give your question or give comments. In the interest of time, I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes. Mr. Sunil Kumar? Mr. Sunil Kumar, please unmute your audio. We'll check his connection. I now invite Mr. Ronald Fernandez to unmute his audio and ask question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes. Mr. Ronald Fernandez, please unmute your audio. I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Atanu Saha, to unmute audio and ask question or give comments. Atanu Saha, please go ahead. Atanu Saha. Atanu Saha. Please go ahead.
CFO, and all respective shareholders present in this meeting, sir. And it's a great pleasure to us to listen to Coal India's inaugural song, Humne Coal India Hum. Sir, we are always mind it our mission and vision and our Maharatna Coal India Limited. Sir, I already casted my vote and I agree with my previous all speakers. There is so not necessary to repeat the same right now. Sir, my first question is the percentage of coal availability now. My first question is the coal availability now, and what do we do about a vast unproductive land after collecting coal? Sir, and sir, a matter of dividend disbursing, it is downgrading year to year, sir. So do we expect at least a moderate oncoming previous year? Sir, my other question is renewable energy and another one is bonus share. Do you expect it? And do you expect, sir, coal mine visit this year? And before leaving, and I wish a good year ahead with good dividend and good health to everybody, to every field worker, sir. And before leaving, I wish to read a universal prayer written by Dr. H.P. Kanodia ji. Thou art our master, thou art our soul's real friend, guide us in our daily activities and lead us fearless. We are marching ahead to make Bharat world. Oh God, never turn away from us, the children. We surrender our will at the altar of will. We love thee, thou love us. Thou love our complete surrender. We aspire the work, knowledge and devotion. We work for the world. Love, love, love and bring. Peace, peace and peace. Om, Amin, Amin, Omkar and Aura Majda. God, God, God. So thank you. Atanu Saha, now I am forwarding to our moderator and thanks to our connectivity presenter, Chorus also. Thank you.
Thank you. I now invite Mr. Sunil Kumar Modak to unmute his audio and ask the question or give comments. Mr. Modak, please go ahead.
Can I?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Very good afternoon to everybody. Respected Chairman, Board of Directors, Company Secretary and fellow shareholders, I am Sunil Modak calling from Calcutta, my residence. I thank you Board of Management for the excellent performance and allow me to speak on this prestigious AGM of Maharatna Company, Coal India. Sir, in our country, is the engine of growth for the energy sector, holding a share of 55% of the country's primary commercial. COVID-19 sluggish period, we find our company posted a record growth of 22% nearly in supply of power sector during the financial year 2022. Year 2021-22, a year of record high. Our company's physical performance during 21-22 scaled to a remarkable all-time high, and our gross sales, net sales and capital expenditures have highest. Profit of after tax has been the second highest since the incorporation of Coal India. Under your able guidance and leadership, our company has shown good results. I supported all the resolutions in favor and casted my voting earlier. We hope we will meet next year with good results and higher dividend. I consider 1:1 bonus this year and also consider for a factory visit for the willing shareholders if situation permits. Before I conclude, I must thank Pura's team. Actually, there is a severe network issue at my side. I cannot connect in any way. Afterwards, they have tried to connect me audio mode. Thank you, Kora. Thank you, Code India. Thank you, long live.
Thank you. I now invite Mr. Ronald Fernandez to unmute his audio and ask question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes?
You can hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Hello.
आपण ज्या व्यक्तीसोबत बोलत आहात त्या व्यक्तीने आपला कॉल होल्ड. We'll move on to the next question. I now invite Mr. Bharatraj Kankanala to unmute his audio and ask question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes. Mr. Bharatraj?
Hello, I am audible, sir?
Yes, we
Chairman,
can
I am
hear
audible?
you. Please go ahead.
Very good morning, Mr. Chairman Pramod Agarwal. Under your leadership, sir, wonderful performance. Entire board of directors, all the best for the coming years. So first, I thank the management for giving wonderful dividend 9 rupees. I thank Mr. Vishwanathan, company secretary, is a wonderful person, always accessible to me. And whatever issues are there, he always solve the same. Thank you, Mr. Vishwanathan, for arranging wonderful VC. Sir, in coming years, my best wishes to you. All the best, sir. Thank you. God bless you all. Bharatraj from Hyderabad calling. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I now invite our next speaker shareholder Anushri Sen to unmute audio and video and ask the question or give comments. In the interest of time, may I request you to restrict your question or comments to 3 minutes.
Good afternoon to respective all board of director and my fellow shareholder. I, Anushri Sen, equity shareholder of Coal India Limited. At first, I congratulate company management to keep good relation between shareholder. I hope this year will also maintain it. Whatever, Coal India Limited, largest coal product in India and rich cash flow, regular dividend paying company. But regarding environment, coal product create pollution. I feel much worry about it. I hope CIL will take necessary precaution regarding this. Thanking you, presence carrying.
Thank you. I now invite our speaker shareholder, Mr. Ronald Fernandez, to unmute his audio and ask question or give comments. Yes, please go ahead. We can hear you.
Hello.
Please go ahead. Mr. Fernandez, we can hear you.
Good afternoon, Chairman, Managing Director, Director and member of fellow shareholders. My name is Ronald Fernandez. At the outset, first and foremost, I wish to thank the company secretary, the secretarial team and the share transfer agents for sending the AGM notice on time. Of course, no doubt, sir, looking at it, it is a very bold and beautiful layout that you have given because it's a 48th AGM. I would like to know what, within 2 years, you'll be celebrating the Golden Jubilee, sir. So I would like to highlight to you what is the capex going to be for the next 3 years. And of course, no doubt, what about the solar project, power, what you're going here. What about harvest water? That is very important. I would like to know. And secondly, Coal India Limited, for me, it is nothing, sir. It is 4 alphabets, 5 alphabets, and 7 alphabets. Total comes to 16. So are you coming out with a dividend or a bonus with a higher rate of interest? Actually, you can declare lesser dividend for the shareholders and give a bonus. It will be highlighted. It would be good enough on your part. Secondly, also I would like to highlight this, if you can take us for a factory visit. Of course, no doubt, you all are doing a very important goal. And we as shareholders of a valuable company would, under your consent, would like to visit the factory. Maybe it may be overnight stay or something. You can go on a Friday evening and return back by Sunday evening. It was left up to you to decide. I'm just trying to guide you on what expectations are from the shareholders. So secondly, your balance date of meeting is 30th 8, 2022. For me, nothing, sir. It's very simple. 3 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is coming to 17. Now when I'm saying 17, it is number 17 for me. NO17. But you look the other side, you're the line of the company. So it's left up to you to decide here. With your administrative staff and the board of directors, as well as the company secretary, CFO, CEO, everybody in picture. It is giving a good impression that you are going to take the company a very ahead of everyone, so all the companies, and you'll try to outstand. With this, of course, I would like to express core. What is it to me here? C is for cooperative, then O is for officials, and A is for authority, and L is the length that you are holding in the company. So, of course, no doubt, under your guidance, you will be giving so many trainings for the other employees of the company. And what are the CSR activities you are doing in the near future? So, secondly, I would like to highlight you with a quote. When it is saying anything in life, whatever you do, if there is a no, that doesn't mean to say your end of it. It is the next opportunity. And when you fail, it is first attempt in learning. So you always have to learn from the scratches. Whatever you might be, how much you might try to fail, everything. Nobody got knowledge within one day. Some knowledge is power, but power cannot be knowledge. With this, I support all the resolutions and thank the management for patient listening. Thank you.
Thank you. Give me a moment, sir. Our next shareholder, Mr. Ashit Kumar Pathak, is connected via audio call. Mr. Pathak, I request you to unmute your audio and ask a question or give comments. Please go ahead.
Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Please
Hello?
go ahead. You are audible, sir. Please go ahead.
There is some echo, ma'am. Only the echo is going.
I'm able to hear you clearly, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, respected chairman, government nominee, board of directors, company secretaries, staffs, fellow members, joining at 48th AGM of Coal India Limited. My name is Ashit Kumar Pathak, joining from Damdam, Kolkata. At first, thanks to our respected company secretary, Mr. M. Viswanathan, for sending me the hard copy of the annual report very well in advance and allow me to speak. And my thanks to our secretarial teams, Mr. Ranjit Singh, Mr. Bhaskar, Moish Gupta, for their enhanced cooperation to members. The excellent financial result financial year 22 achieved through the pandemic. Net profit achieved rupees 17,378.42 crores. Offtake also 661.89 MT. EPS also 28.7 against 20.61. And also inventory turnover ratio is 0.92, reduced to 1.07. Excellent financial result. I am appreciating our Coal India's full management team leading by our respected chairman. My first view is that international crude price increasing, but not Coal India did not price increase over last 4 years. The reason behind it, where other expenditure is in inflationary pressure, waste cost, employees cost, and other cost also increasing. So, for some highlights, with not increasing the price of coal, mitigate the challenge with high inflationary pressure. Sir, our CapEx program is ESG framework and coal washing, safety waste management, and vigilance and cyber security. If possible, throw some highlights. Where vigilance mostly requirement for coal pilferage, fraudulently misappropriated coal reserve leasehold area, recently ECL impacted. Also steps taken for business prospectives, subsidiary ECL, where other subsidiaries CCL, NCL, APCL, MCL, PMPDL achieved good financial performance and good dividend paid, rupees 10,701.58 crores. Sir, in item number 7, our business diversification mentioned 5 items. So some highlights the business perspective in aluminium value chain. Also CapEx program in renewable energy business value chain, where Tata Power plans CapEx rupees 75,000 crore for renewable next 5 years. And sir, critical mineral business value chain, my view is that at present, the whole world is facing semiconductor crisis, EV, and also digital technology in ongoing. So if possible, show some highlights in critical in mineral business, silicon, germanium, gallium, arsenide will be better for our business perspectives. This is my view I like to share. By the way, hydrogen value chain business, any future than biofuel, green ammonia, and my view is that there is heavy available of CBN. So my Coal India team also may concentrate in this business vertical. In page number 217, it mentions, sir, I like to highlight here, in a draft Niti Aayog report, November 21, on coal demand in India 2030, it mentioned 34% by 2040 due to high penetration of renewable in total energy mix. So some entire highlight the alternate of coal from business sustainability. If possible, show some highlights about this. And sir, in page number 212, it mentioned 2 items. One is case number mentioned alleged irregularities in budget certification by FM Gabdapur area BPCL in the month of March 2019. And second serial number is not mentioned. And there are alleged irregularities detected in payment of bills in transportation contract in CK siding, Vastakola area.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Ashit Kumar Pathak. The 3 minutes is over. Thank you. That was the last question of the day, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, shareholders. I am really thankful to all of you for saying so much good words about your company and appreciating all of us for whatever work we have done. I also thank you for appreciating the fact that we have worked under very tough circumstances last year because of COVID, etc. Our production in first quarter was less. We have tried to pick up in the second and third and fourth quarter, but that was perhaps not adequate to meet our targets. But this year we are definitely on target, and I assure you that we will try our best to achieve all the targets fixed by the government. Coming to your questions, I would like to answer most of them, but if something is left, then perhaps you may contact Secretary Department so that they will give you the reply. One question that many of you have asked about the capital expenditure. See, in the last 2-3 years, we have increased our capital expenditure. In 1920, our capital expenditure was 6,600 crores, which increased by more than 100% in 2021 and increased to 13,500 crore in that range. And last year it has further increased by 15% to about 15,400 crore. This year we have kept a target of 16,500. We must appreciate that to increase the production, to improve the evacuation infrastructure, we need to invest a lot of money. Otherwise, our production will get stagnant, and for that, we have lined up a lot of capital program, and in coming years, this capital expenditure will further increase, especially when these projects which we have taken for first mile connectivity for coal evacuation and railway projects, they are all going at full streams, but in the last phase, that is in 23-24, perhaps the expenditure will be much more on these projects. In the last year, we have completed 3 projects. In 21-22, we completed 3 new projects. And with that, we have completed 6 FMC projects with the capacity of about 80 to 90 million ton. And this year again we are planning to complete 5 to 6 new projects. Last year we completed our Dharmjaygarh Kharsia line and it has become completely operational. This year and another Deulbeda line was inaugurated. This year again Angul Balram line is likely to be completed. And with all these projects coming in, taking shape, evacuation problem of coal will get solved. The second question that many of you asked was related to diversion work. We are very serious about solar energy and diversing in that sector. We have lined up a lot of money for that, and in coming years you will see substantial change. We are in talk with the different state governments so that we can install power plants there, but somehow this year has not been so successful as because everything takes some while before something takes a stream, and for that matter perhaps, but we are very serious about it, and we will take up these projects very sincerely, and this will ensure the diversity of the company and will ensure that this remains as a commercially viable unit for coming many years. Few people asked about the stock of the coal in the country. It is about the reserves that have been estimated is about 320 billion tons. So that is quite adequate for maybe 300 years or so, because at the best the consumption requirement of the country will increase to 1.5 billion ton, and there are more resources to be assessed. So I don't think in coming years there will be shortage of coal. Perhaps a lot of coal may remain there, and it may not be by that time perhaps the use of the coal will get reduced. Another question that was asked about the future of the company in the next plan in the next 3-4 years. This year our target is 700 million ton. For 24-25 the fixed target is about 1 billion ton. Depending on the demand, companies should try to achieve this target, and we will keep on increasing our production. See, coal production and logistics both have to be simultaneously planned, because just by excavation we will not achieve something, and the logistic plan has to be robust so that this coal can be evacuated and brought to the user's end. For that we have, as you know, that we have planned for 44 FMC projects, out of which about on 38 projects the work have started. Similarly, we have identified about 35 lines, sidings, etc. On most of them, the works have started. Most of our FMC projects will be completed by 24th March. Even if there is some slippage by 24th December, etc., all these projects will be completed. And I am quite hopeful that in 24-25, the mechanized evacuation will increase from today's of about 150 million ton to something like 600 million ton in 24-25, and that will help us in reducing the environmental load also, and to increase our production and dispatch it in a more systematic manner. A few questions were asked about the low EBITDA. In the first quarter of this year, our EBITDA has been 37. Last year, it was 27. This 37 EBITDA by any standard is considered a good EBITDA. And this we have achieved despite the fact that for last 4.5 years, we have not increased the price. A question was asked about increase in price also, and why we are not increasing the price. See, this year we have, in the first quarter, we have made a robust earning, and our PAT was about 8,700 crore, which was highest ever in any of the first quarter, and the PBT was about 13,000 crore rupees. In that circumstances and the prevailing circumstances that country is in, where the prices of the energy has increased substantially, bringing all the stakeholders on board and increase the price becomes slightly difficult, but we are working on that. In the coming years, we will have to increase the price because the price of the diesel and the price of the explosives have increased. Our input costs have increased, and JBCCI negotiations are on. Once it is concluded, then we will have to make higher wages payment also. One question was also asked about the provisioning that we are keeping in our profit and loss account for wage negotiation. If you see clearly, there is a provision of about 100 crore rupees per month that we have made, and this year we will be making a provision of more than 1200 crore rupees on this account, and this will to a large extent meet the requirement of our wage increase. Questions were asked about hydrogen value chain, etc. See, the hydrogen value chain, etc. are not a very well-established technology. Hydrogen is basically a coal energy storage system. It is not the energy generation system. Still, the green hydrogen production is quite costly. Unless that production cost reduces substantially, perhaps it will not be a very viable option for Coal India, but we are trying to study it, and we have Deloitte has prepared a feasibility report, etc. on that. Once we find there is some feasibility, we will definitely take some work. We will do some work on that as well. A question was asked about disabled employees. There is a provision that 4% of our employees should be disabled, and we keep reservation for that. And whatever the provision of the Government of India to support the disabled employee, the company is providing that. One question that many of you asked about the bonus share and buyback. In case of bonus, there are certain legal requirements that our reserves should become double of what our capital is. I don't know exactly what is there, but we will explore that. In case that is possible, we will explore that and do something about it. Buyback for the company like Coal India is not a very efficient mechanism. Now, we have seen that there is a double taxation on buyback. Once the company, our subsidiaries will have to buy the share from the Coal India, and at that point there is a taxation. And again, when Coal India buys a share from shareholder, again there is a taxation. So the net impact of the tax by this two level of taxation is about 50%, which is much higher than highest tax rate prevailing for the individuals when they get the dividend, and which is about 33%. And so after considerations, we have felt that buyback is not a very efficient option, and so the companies should not resort to this. And we have taken up this matter with the Finance Ministry as well. Once this anomaly is removed, we can think about buyback. Question about safety and of the employees were also asked. We have been constantly reducing the accident rate. Last year also there was a reduction and 27 people died. But to us, every person that dies because of accident, etc. is a cause of concern. We are taking all the steps possible to train the people, to create the awareness, and to prepare the safety plan, etc. There is a constant touch with of the management with the workers, so that everybody follows the rules strictly. But then there are certain lapses on the part of the workers and the part of the company employees, management both, because of which accidents do occur. Sometimes the accidents are very abrupt and unpredictable. This is the mining activity where sometimes there is a fall of some object from somewhere. But I don't say that everything is not possible. But I don't say that we should not do anything for it. And we are making all the efforts. And the coming years, I am quite hopeful that on this account also, company will show result. Ultimately, our aim is to achieve zero fatality in this account. And I hope that in coming few years, perhaps we will be able to achieve this. Question about dividend was asked. Last year was a tough year for us. As you know that the profit has increased, but based on the turnover, if you see, our costs, etc. also have increased, but CIL remains one of the highest dividend paying company, and we will try to maintain this situation. And coming years, you will see that shareholders are adequately rewarded, and whenever the profit increases, perhaps the dividend will also increase, keeping in mind the capital investment requirement of the company, because capital investment requirement is essential to increase our future growth. A question was asked about a plantation, etc. Last year, company has increased our plantation area by almost 90%. We used to do about 800 hectares of plantation. Last year we did something like 1500 hectares of the plantation. We are quite serious about reducing our carbon footprint, and for that, whatever possible we will do this year again. We will try to increase our plantation program. Every year to increase by 100% perhaps is not possible, but we will let it stabilize for a year or two and then again take a bigger program for plantation. Whatever area surplus is generated in the company because of decold area or on the OB dumps, we are trying to plant the trees so that the dumps become green, and secondly, whatever area is there with us, we create some positive environmental impact so that whatever impact we are creating on account of cutting coal, etc., gets reduced. There was a question about listing of subsidiaries. We are trying to list 2 subsidiaries, BCCL and CMPDL, but there is no question of demerging them. A part of their share may get listed, but we are working on that and all the approvals, etc., are being obtained. Female employees, there was a question. There is only 8% employees are female, but you know that the inclination of female also and the rules both were hindering the deployment of females in mine area. Now since the rules have been changed and the females also are getting more forthcoming to join the mining areas, I think in future this percentage will definitely increase and our company will become more gender sensitive. I think these were the most important questions that were asked, which I tried to note down. Maybe I would have missed a few because there were many questions which were repeated. Any more important question that I have missed out? So in case there are more questions, perhaps you can consult Secretariat department and they will be very happy to give you a reply. So as required under SEBI, we take these proceedings further. As required under SEBI LODR Regulation 2015 and Companies Act 2013, company has offered remote e-voting facility to its shareholders in respect of all resolutions proposed to be passed at the AGM. In addition, we are also providing InstaPoll those shareholders who had not cast their vote through remote e-voting from 26th August 2022 at 9 a.m. and ended on 29th August 2022 at 5 p.m. IST may cast their vote by InstaPoll. Company has appointed Messrs. Aditi Jhunjhunwala and Associates Practicing Company Secretary as scrutinizer to scrutinize e-voting and InstaPoll in a fair and transparent manner. The result of remote e-voting would be clubbed with InstaPoll and the result will be declared by 1st September 22 at the registered office of the company. The result will also be uploaded in company's website, in the website of NSDL and also communicated to BSE and NSE. Detailed procedure for voting through remote InstaPoll is mentioned in AGM notice.
We have sought the approval of the shareholders for the 7th resolution. 3 are the ordinary business. 1 is the adoption of the accounts, audited accounts, both for the standalone as well as the consolidated. Second item is the confirmation of the interim dividend 14 rupees. 1 is 9 rupees in the first interim dividend, second is 5 rupees as the second interim dividend, and including approval for the payment of final dividend of 3 rupees per share, which was recommended by the Coal India Board. Third resolution is appointment of Srimati Nirupama Kotru, who retires by rotation, and she is eligible for reappointment. Her appointment is also come. Fourth resolution is the ratification of the remuneration payable to the cost auditor who have conducted the cost audit of the company. Fifth is the amendment in the articles of association of the company. Now that Coal India has 6 functional directors and 2 government nominees, so the number of requirement of directors, including 8 independent directors, the number of directors' strength will increase from 15. That requires the approval of the shareholders. So we are seeking the approval of the shareholders. That is the one. Sixth is the one new director, business development has joined, Mr. Devasis Nanda. We are seeking his approval for his regular appointment. Seventh, many of the shareholders have discussed about the amendment company is proposing in the memorandum of association of the company. This is an enabling provision to take the future diversification projects. These are all the 7 agendas. We have requested the shareholders to vote on this, and now that all the business set out in the notice of the meeting had been concluded, and a time period of 15 minutes would be given for voting at the meeting, after which the meeting shall stand closed. Shareholders who have not casted their vote through remote e-voting can vote through Instapoll. Sir. Last, I told all the resolutions.
I thank all the participants for making it convenient to attend the meeting. CIL will continue to strive hard to achieve its objective to meet the nation's energy need.
Now, chorus call can